Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Let Him Go. Let Him Go is a 2020 drama mystery thriller that follows two grandparents as they travel cross country after their son is involved in a fatal accident. They follow his widowed wife and her new husband as they have moved their grandson across country. Now, they look to make sure that their grandson is in a safe environment. When this screening became available to me, I actually wasn't really sure what the heck this movie was. I took a look at the poster, saw Kevin Costner and Diane Lane, thought, yeah, sure, let's give it a go. But judging off the poster and the name, as well as the actors involved, I presumed this was pretty much a quaint little drama type of film. And so I have to say, I was shocked by this film. It was not what I had anticipated, and I actually think it's all the better for it because overall, I thought Let Him Go was a pretty solid little film. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. I want to start off with Diane Lane in particular, who I think gives a stellar performance in this film. She's so good, really committed, and believable as this grandmother looking desperately for her grandson. Possibly overprotective grandma, who is, yes, fierce, but also afraid for her grandson and his well-being. Kevin Costner is also really good in the film as a more quiet, laid-back type of role. He doesn't have to stretch nearly as much, but he delivers the role needed here. Leslie Manville's also in the film, and she's deliciously wonderful, as she usually is. And honestly, our entire cast does a great job of bringing this ominous atmosphere to the film. And honestly, it's listed as a drama mystery, but I had to throw thriller in there when I was discussing it because this had a lot more thriller aspects to it than I had anticipated. I'm just going to say that the search for the grandson turned much more violent and thriller-esque than I had anticipated. But it was handled really well. There are some very tense, very gruesome moments that take place in this film. And this film builds upon tension in those moments beautifully. As soon as we start meeting the people of this off-the-grid Dakota town, instantly that tension starts racketing up. You feel very uneasy without any sort of dramatic actions or words being spoken. You just feel the dread and gross atmosphere come over you, and it's really well handled. The film is also very well shot. It's a beautiful looking film. The soundtrack does a great job. And honestly, the film just delivers on more than I had anticipated. I got more than I bargained for heading into this viewing, and it was all for the positive. It was much better across the board than I expected going in. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to Let Him Go? The biggest thing hindering the film is the pacing, and the problem is particularly in the second and third acts. After we get into this really gross town where you can just feel the ickiness all around you, we go back into drama setting, or we have some sort of flashback that fleshes out the characters, fleshes out some of their past and backstory. But I think the film actually would have been better served just presenting that up front rather than interrupting a nice tension-filled atmosphere to go back to these other sadder, more quaint type of moments. And they do that a couple of times. And as we're ramping up or feel as though we're getting to the real nitty gritty of the film, they take a break to go ahead and go back into the more sad drama. And I think that really hindered the pacing and made the film drag a lot more than it really should have. It's also not anything overly new or inventive. We've seen stories of this vein quite a bit, and it doesn't break the will by any means. And the script can get just a tad clunky, particularly with some of the dialogue exchanges. It's either a little bit on the nose or a little bit too obvious. And I also don't love this title, Let Him Go. I know what it's referring to, and they definitely have a moment in the film that directly point out like what it's speaking on, but I think the title misrepresents what the film is, particularly when you're looking at that poster. You just see Let Him Go, and it doesn't give an accurate depiction of the film that's here. So overall, I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed Let Him Go. It serves as a really solid thriller. As I said, surprised me and gave me much more than I had bargained for heading in a very positive way. So, if you're looking for a fun little thriller, I think you could definitely find worse than Let Him Go. I don't know that it's worth a full price ticket, but you'll get your money's worth if you head on in for a matinee. But if you do head out to a theater to see this, please make sure you are wearing your masks and make sure that you are following all health guideline protocols. So, that is my review of Let Him Go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Let Him Go? Or have you even heard of this one? Let me know your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!